So let's see how actually set works. So when we have to define a set, then we have to write, let's say, any variable name. This is set of customers and unique customers that we want to find out. So what is special about set, as we discussed, set is basically unordered and it is having unique values. So I will just say set of customers, and then I'm specifying within that, let's say, these customers 1 comma 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma 3 comma 4, and these are some duplicate customers also. So when I execute it and I show you set of customers, then it shows me only the unique customers, right? So this is one of the things that you can see, it is showing the unique customers. And you can have, let's say, various methods on the set. So if you use this set and dot tab, then you will see it is having so many methods from the set theory. And in set theory, sometimes we want to find out intersection, we want to find out maybe the difference between two sets. We also want to find out maybe the intersection, or we want to find out like union. So there are so many methods that can be applied here on the set. So let's say we want to do union of this set of customers with another set of customers. So we need to have another set. So first of all, I will show you how the online customers look like. So online customer look like this, and these are like existing list. So what I will do, I will just update this list with another set of customer. Let's say I have a few customers, online customers, which are like this, and I want to create another set of customers. I will say set of customers. Let's say this set of customers coming from like store customers, and some customers are common also. So I'll say a set of store customers. I'm just renaming this variable set of store customers, and I am saying this one copy, this one paste, and then I will re-execute this, re-execute this, and then this one we just saw. Now I want to create set of online customers. So set of online customers, and here we can see we have set, and within that set we have online customer list. And when I run it, then we got this, and then we got set of online customers. So we got 2 3 5 6 set of online customers, and 1 2 3 4 5 set of store customers. So we have two sets. So we can find out the intersection between the store customers and the customers who are visiting the site, and they are online customers. So for doing that, I will just take intersection of store customers dot intersect, and within that I will pass the set of online customers. If I run it, then you can see these are the common customers, store customers, as well as online customers. So we can apply so many other methods. So hope this is fine, like you got the idea. Now I'm just thinking like why not we start looking into frozen set. So frozen set is another interesting set, which is very much similar to like what the thing we have just done. The difference is like in set we have so many methods, like you must have seen dot tab. So these are the methods in the set, and here there are options to actually update also. But if you have frozen sets, let's say I define a frozen set, and I am changing this online customer set of online customer to frozen set. So let's say uh, the frozen set of customers. So what is frozen? Frozen means it's actually immutable. Frozen set of online customers, of online customers, and I will say this. And we have let's say frozen set, and here we can actually apply this, and when we run this, now we got this set, right? And this was the original value also, not much difference you can see right now, but I will try to update something in this. And if I, or first of all I'll show you the methods. Let's say we have these methods and there is no update. You can see these methods are very limited here, and we cannot update anything. So if I try to do anything like add, or if I say add maybe some element, let's say customer ID 1, I try to add, then it will throw me error that frozen set does not allow me to add anything, right? So that's the problem, or you can say the feature of frozen set. So if you want immutable data, then you may go for this particular thing, frozen set. Otherwise you can go for set. So now once you got the concept related to set and frozen set, so we will be moving towards the dictionary in the next lecture. So if you have any questions, you can ask in the discussion forum.